All right, it's that time again, babies. Oh, yeah. We are in Joshua 24. And boy, it's quite a read. What it is the end of the book of Joshua. Thank God. And so supposedly Joshua pulls all the leaders of Israel together and gives them a history lesson and ends up saying, you need to decide, you're going to serve God or are you going to serve your idols? Because if you serve idols, then God will destroy you. And then uses all these supposed military victories as a sign that God always fought for Israel and kept them throughout history. So there's the evidence of trusting him. And so he says, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. And today you need to decide who you're going to serve. And they all say, we're going to serve God. And then in the end of the chapter, Joshua dies. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. No, don't believe it. It's just too neat. It's too... all these military victories are just too neat. And when they are described, they're victories of total genocide, or I think the Hebrew word is herem, H-E-R-E-M, basically scorched earth victories where there's no living person no person left alive in any of it. So number one, doesn't sound like God. Number two, there's not enough evidence of Israel developing. I think that might be getting into some rain in a minute here. There's no evidence of these military victories being like a what shall I say, like even possible, like the weaponry, the numbers, the organization of it, all that is just sounds ridiculous to me. And as far as the archaeology goes, there's not a lot of evidence of these things actually occurring. So, yeah, baby, it's a mess. So, am I going to try to make sense out of it as far as how this can be a useful tool for us in our faith in God? I guess I'll try like I normally do. Clearly, it's useful to have God having your back when you're up against the wall and there's insurmountable challenges before you. But for the victories to have to be done at the expense of every man, woman, and child, with no real context as to why Israel is considered an enemy against these people. I mean, in the book, he must list like, I don't know, I'm gonna guess like 20, if not more, different supposed enemies of Israel. Why? Why does Israel have so many enemies? What's the what's going on here? It just sounds like, like the 7th and 8th centuries BC, when things started to be written down, that they created these stories to show God's faithfulness and, the mighty victories that Israel had. Crazy. And the other crazy thing about it is, Israel to this day is extremely militaristic and shows no sign of being a useful source in bringing about peace in their own land. Which I'm not surprised if you're going to think that these stories are real, then you're going to be more in a position to continue that mindset of us against them, and no need to worry, God will fight our battles for us. And it's like, where's the love? Where is the love of God? It's sort of like you take like the most crass beginnings of Israel's existence in these stories of God saying, be fruitful and multiply and stay true to me, and I will make your descendants like the sands of the sea, and you'll see when I give you endless military victories over your enemies who you will completely destroy. I'm like, where's the love? Oh my gosh. I mean, that's how I know Jesus. I know Jesus as love. And to think of, God showing us the best image of who he is and how he is, and we get that through the mercy and wisdom of Jesus and his teachings and his love and care for others, and turning the other cheek to the point of being crucified, and showing us how to stay united with God. To put at the beginning of all that endless genocidal wars as a way of God proving his faithfulness, that this is how you inherit the promised land, is by destroying civilizations and peoples and taking all that is theirs. I can't think of anything more evil. So, man, it's no wonder the world is as messed up as it is, because if you think that stuff was breathed by God, then you're going to continue that nonsense. And isn't that what we have today? Unending conflicts because of identified enemies and threats that they're going to take what you consider to be yours. There's no love lesson there.